welcome to the TestNG series. In this video, we are going to see how to order your test execution and how you can prioritize or you can schedule your execution. Okay, I'm going to create a class, a TestNG class. Let me name this as order and priority. Now I'm going to add a few test cases here. Otherwise, I'll put this. Okay, we have a two test cases created inside this class. This is my first test and this is my second test, but until I run this and see which test executes first, I don't know. Let me run this. Come on, there is only one test executed, that is a second test. What happened to this first one? Let me run it again. Let me save this. No, let me comment out this. Okay, now the first test is executed. That is weird. I don't know what's happening with this. Let's run it again. Yep, this time the both tests executed. Something was wrong in the previous run. Okay, let's move on to our topic, the ordering. The first test is executed second and the second test is printed on the first one. So which means this test executed first and this test executed second. Why? And this is because of the TestNG execution follows the order of an ASCII code. See, this is our ASCII table. If you look at our test method name, this is F and this is A, which is supposed to execute first. If you look at the small a, the ASCII code is a 97 and F ASCII code is 102. Always the lowest number will execute first. If you look at the TestNG official site, you can see okay, the priority for this test method, lower priorities will be scheduled first. Since this 97 is lower than 102, so that executes first. Otherwise, even you can say like it follows in an alphabetical order. Okay, let us change this to a G, because now F comes first and then the G. Let's run this. Will it change the output? Will it result something different? My god, it's running only a single test case. Okay, that is weird, but either way, like we can see the two tests are running. This is the first test and second test. Now since G is higher than F, that's why the first test executed and the second test executed. Okay, if you have A here, otherwise let's keep A for the second test. If you look at the ASCII table again, capital A, this number is 65, but whereas this particular small f is still 102. Then in this scenario, our first test should be, this method should execute first and then this one. Output should be, this is second test first and the first test will execute in the second place. See, because since this is a capital A, this has a lowest number that executed first, and this is the second one, that is F. Okay, hope you understand how the ordering, by default ordering from the TestNG is follows an ASCII code. Now how can we control the order of execution? To control the order of an execution, we have a priority. See here, the priority for this test method, lower priorities will be scheduled first. Now we are going to use priority. This is the ordering. You are prioritizing your test cases. Always the lower priority executes first. Like let's say this is 0. And for this one, I'm going to use priority is equal to 1. Okay, now irrespective of these names, it ignores the names whenever the priority comes into the picture. It ignores this and it will execute in the priority. First 0 priority will execute and the first priority will execute. See, in the previous, before adding the priority, this executes first and this executes second. But now you are seeing according to the priority given, the test cases are executing. You can control the test cases by adding priority to the test annotation. Now assume you have one more test which is not prioritized. Public void test3. We have one more test. Assume you are not giving any priority for that. No priority. What would be the order of execution? Oh, sorry, I didn't annotate with test. Okay, 3 tests are executed, but if you look at the no priority, since there is no priority and it follows the default execution and then followed by the priority order. So if you ignore providing the priority for any test methods, they executes first by following the TestNG default ordering behavior and then it follows the priority. Now let's add a negative priority to one of our tests and see the execution. I'm going to create one more test, test4, negative priority. @test priority is equal to -1. As per the TestNG documentation, the lowest priority executes first, which means this should execute first and then it goes to a default, and then the remaining positive priorities should execute. Let's give a run and see how this works. See, the negative priority executes first because that is the lowest number. The default will be, by default it executes if any positive numbers starting from 0, that follows after the default test methods. If at all you provide anything negative, that executes first because that is lower than the default and the positive priorities. So it follows the negative numbers and then the default behavior, and it follows the priority. This is how you can control the priority, the order of the execution. Your test case execution order can be controlled by adding priority to your test annotation methods. You can use a positive, you can use a default behavior, otherwise you can use a priority, the negative values. If you define priority as a negative, that is the highest level that executes very first, and then default, and then the positive priorities. But make sure you understand that this follows this table, this follows the ASCII code. Whichever comes first, that executes by default behavior. Otherwise you can provide the priority to control. I hope you understand the concept of the ordering and the prioritization of your test methods in the TestNG. Thanks for watching this video. Please feel free to comment if you have any questions in the comment section. Thank you.